right? Now, this is my question for you. You said renew your mind daily, but what happens if you renew your mind daily with negative stuff? What happens then?
I would like to think, or people would like to think, oh, I'll just stay like I am. But the
Hmm.
truth is, I don't think you stay like you are. I think you'll become worse. Hey guys, and we're back for another video with Unadulterated You. I'm Bianca, and this is Teddy. And you want to speak to the people?
What's going on, everybody? And we are unadulterated you. So,
Uh,
what's the topic today?
Today, we're going to talk about the power of the mind. You know, the Bible talks about how as a man thinketh, so is he. And it sounds like, oh, I don't take that really seriously. But the more you think about it, the more you know that your thoughts are powerful. And so, also in the Bible, it talks about thinking on good things. So,
Yeah.
why do you think that you would be encouraged to think on good things if, you know, God didn't know that those negative thoughts would come?
Hmm. I mean, that's where everything starts anyway. Everything starts in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess that's why the Bible says you're supposed to renew your mind daily, because you want to keep them positive thoughts up there, because that's where everything starts.
Because we're not going to be overcome by the world. You know, like the world shouldn't take it. Even if it's so much negativity going on around us, I think it's good for us to kind of separate ourselves from that and regroup. And even how the Bible talks, what you just said, renewing your
Mhm.
mind daily. That's really important, just to step away and take some time. And if you're thinking something negatively towards yourself, your situation, or even other individuals, to change your mind on that.
But you know what I like about God is, like, He sets up these laws, but He's not a respecter of person. So, like, the world steals from God all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they may not give Him the credit, but it always comes back to God.
Yeah.
So the same way you say it starts the power of the mind, I mean, we see it all the time with successful businessmen and rappers and stuff. Like, look at Jay-Z. He called himself Young Hove, like he's the God. That's like,
Mm-hmm.
it's almost
Yeah,
like a mind thing.
yeah, and in his own respect, and he rose to that. It's like, even what you thinking is what you're going to speak. So he
That's
already
true.
thinking that, and so that's why he was able to say that. But I'm glad you even mentioned that, because we talk about you and I about prosperity a lot, or how you tell me what's your favorite scripture.
My favorite scripture, you got me off guard with that one.
That's that your vision is surrounded around.
Oh, you talking about Habakkuk 2:2 and writing down the vision and making it plain and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, for you to write it down, you had to have thought it. It doesn't
true.
come out of thin air. So
That's
again,
true.
another proof that what you're thinking. Why would he say that? Write it down and make it plain, because though it's Terry, it's going to come, right? It's going to come.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's because it started in your mind first, just like you said. And so if we continue to dwell on and rehearse those negative thoughts towards a situation, or even allow somebody else to put those thoughts in our mind, then you know what? We lose a lot of time and a lot of opportunities.
That's true. You're right about that.
Yeah,
You're
I
right
mean,
about
can
that.
you think of a time that I can, that you lost out on some things, or even the time because you thought negatively towards a situation.
That's, man, that's the story of my life right there, man.
Not your
I
life,
don't,
see. We ain't
huh?
thinking that. Not your life. Your
Well,
past.
okay, see, you correct. But you're right, though. You're right. But I've had many situations in the past where I feel like God was trying to open a door for me,
Mm-hmm.
and I pretty much talked myself out of it, out of fear, because even though I had the ability to do it, I was so wrapped up with what people thought. I thought I wasn't good enough. I might not sound good enough or do these things, or maybe I wasn't qualified for the position, or what other people thought. And in the end, I ended up losing that opportunity because of where my mind frame was.
And disallowing yourself or allowing fear to take root in your mind or in your heart, it's like that stops you from so much. And even the Bible also says that He didn't give us a spirit of fear, but He gave us a spirit, or He said He did not give us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. So we have power in our thinking. And, love is the opposite of fear. And a sound mind. The sound mind says that, why would I be fearful of something that it's not even real? It hadn't even happened. Like, why am I fearing something that has yet to happen? Or, oh, I want to go out for this job, but they're going to reject me. Well, you've not been rejected. You're rejecting yourself.
Yep.
You're just counting yourself out. But that's how the enemy works, He kind of convinces you to think a certain way. And then, like we talked about in the other video, you start to cycle those thoughts.
Yeah. Yep. Like you said, the power of the mind. It's like once you make a decision in your mind, that's pretty much it. Because I know I've been in situations where something was really, really, really bothering me. It was something I wasn't feeling. I was upset. I didn't like the way a person said something. I don't like what they did. But when I got to that point where I made a decision in my mind that this wasn't going to bother me, it's like a whole peace came all over me. And exactly. So, I mean, your mind, once you get your mind changed, that's it. There's no stopping you.
That's it. There's no stopping you but you. Because
exactly.
If it's something rehearsed, this is a cycle that's hard to break. But the only way to break it is to counter it with, to break negativity is to counter it with positivity. You can't continue to, today I'm going to think good, and then tomorrow I'm going to go off of yesterday's thoughts. No, renew your mind daily. And guess what? If it has to be all throughout the day, continue to renew your mind and think, no, I'm fully capable of doing this. I can do all things to Christ that strengthens me. And, I hear a lot of people that are now kind of really heavy and strong on affirmations, which, the word is affirming for us. So I think we should take it for ourselves and know that He wouldn't keep any good thing from us, and He has an expected end for us, and He's an abundant God, and because we are a royal priesthood, that we're entitled to that abundance. All of what the word says for us. I know it sounds like super preachy, but it's really not. It's just the fact that you need to understand that these are, like you talked about earlier, the principles that He's laid for our lives, but we have to take it up and embrace it in our mind first.
You're right. Now, this is my question for you. You said renew your mind daily, but what happens if you renew your mind daily with negative stuff? What happens then?
I would like to think, or people would like to think, oh, I'll just stay like I am. But the truth is, I don't think you'll stay like you are. I think you'll become worse.
Okay.
Let me tell you, I love to talk about diet because, food is a lot of people struggle. That's just it. So, but say if I say, okay, I'm good. I ain't gonna never lose or get healthy or lose this weight. So I might as well eat like I've been eating. So I'm eating fried chicken every day. What do you think I'm gonna stay the same? Am I gonna
get worse?
Clogged arteries, and it's just going to take root and continue to grow and create greater issues. So I don't know that when it says renew your mind, who does that? Who thinks negative when you say renew your mind?
Yeah, that's true. but you're right. But I think people gotta understand, like, the stuff that you feed yourself.
I was just thinking the exact thing. Whatever you feed is gonna grow.
Exactly. Like, I know a situation where I had this moment where, I don't know if people watching this, the people that know me know that I drive trucks for a living, right? So I would throw on my Bible, my Bible scriptures and stuff that plays through the truck. So I started noticing that, like, when I would talk different. Like, even if somebody pissed me off, like, if I wanted to curse, it was like a struggle for the cuss word to come out. Now,
you were feeding yourself?
Exactly. So, and back in the day, I used to just let them rip. It was like I was good at cussing.
Oh, don't be so proud. What?
No, I'm just saying.
Say it again. I'm
Huh?
gonna have to put that on repeat. I just used to let them rip.
I used to let them rip. Like, I used to be quick to tell somebody about themselves. But because I was listening to them scriptures every day and all that, I started noticing it was harder and harder and harder. And like one time I came where I was starting to listen to the old school music I used to listen to, that ratchet rap again with the cuss words in it. And then I started noticing that it's like it reversed. And now the cuss words are slipping out again. So again, it's what you feed yourself with.
And how many people have you seen that have been like successful in business and all that stuff that chose to renew their minds with positive thinking and thinking on good things? And first of all, what I will say is when you start to think on those good things, your plans begin to fall in place that way too. Everything you do follows those thoughts. If it's a negative or if it's a positive. If I say I want this and I say, well, it's already done, it's mine. How am I going to get that? If I'm saying that I'm going to buy a house or I'm going to have a multi-million-dollar business, and after I continue to think that, it's going to, my plans and my walk is going to follow that thinking. It's not going to be following oh, I'm never going to have anything mindset. A poverty mindset. We got to talk about the poverty mindset because we have some real, strong conversations concerning that as well. Because just because you Black don't mean you're going to be in poverty.
That's true.
As a man thinking, so is he.
Now, I'm going to say something, and this might get me in trouble. But I'm going to say it. Like, we know that Trump is our president right now, right? A lot of people don't like him, and I'm not even going to say that I like him. But some of the stuff he says is not always so critical like people think. Like, with the president says stuff like, oh, we're going to be great. We're going to be great. We're going to be great. How do you know he's not speaking faith? He don't know that we're going to...
funny. And it's like, make America great again. Like, we don't want to do, but see, it's really not. I think it's the way that you choose to receive some things, and that may be pertaining to the president, but it's really everybody. Do you know that people with confidence egg people who like it? Oh, you think you better, you think you this. It's because I like that in myself. I don't have the confidence. Oh, you arrogant because you're confident? What, shouldn't we be confident? Because that's what he made me to be. I'm so happy to be confident in myself. And, not to talk about or brag about anything about myself, but I hear you, or, you've told me like, oh, you got some skills in this area, skills in that, or, telling me that. And sometimes, we as individuals, it's hard to receive that. But it is good to come into a place where you can own that and acknowledge, hey, I am good at this. I'm super talented,
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I don't understand why people get so upset when he says that. I get you don't like him. I get that he tells lies and all that. But him just saying that we're going to be good, we're going to be great. Like, to me, that's kind of a little bit faith. Like, you think he really, really knows that we're going to be good? No, but his expectations.
You said about the world taking on the godly principles. So, I mean, it just is what it is, people, it's going to be life that people going to hate you or love you.
That's true.
Ain't nobody be mad at that. All I know is I got to love myself. So I have to think that for myself. And so clearly we know he loves himself.
Oh yeah, he loves himself now.
And so, I'm just on this level right here where I know I love myself. And so if you're mad at me for being confident, it takes a lot to build that, by the way. And so I could see where somebody could be upset about, a person having that because they haven't worked to get there. And then to be able to understand the perspective that the person is coming from at that point. It's not easy. This is hard work.
Yeah.
Change your mind. Do you know that changing your mind is the hardest thing you ever will do?
Exactly. Especially when you've been living a life or living in a society that constantly tears you down.
or
Especially,
validates, you know, what I just said about a poverty mindset. Yeah, you black, so you're not gonna make it. You do need this, or
yeah, yeah,
yeah, you're handicapped, so now let me just help you. When actually, you know, you can do it. Some things you can still do. I've seen so many people, you know, with disabilities able to do some really amazing stuff. It
exactly,
was their mind. It was their mind that said, "Hey, I'm not going to let this circumstance and situation defeat me," and they
exactly.
powered through. Like that's huge.
Yeah,
Makes you look within and say, "We are capable. Our mind is powerful, right?"
I mean, it all boils down to faith, man. Because at the end of the day, is your mind or your will strong enough to speak things even when it don't look like it?
Like because actually, the natural is not what the reality should be for you.
Yeah,
That's not what the natural. Everything that's current or present right now, that shouldn't be your end all be all or your reality. Oh, this is all it is for me. No, no, because I know that I'm promised so much more, or I know that I'm capable of so much more. Even if I don't know what God's promises are, I know my gifts and my talents, and I know that, you know, I'm powerful enough to do this.
of course, definitely. I mean, the spirit world is more real than the physical world.
That's true. That's true.
So what you see out here is just a manifestation of what has been spoken or your faith.
If it's negative or if it's positive, everything you're seeing is a manifestation of what your mind was thinking. And I'm telling you, like, I don't even want to go into situations where it was something that I thought and that took place. Like, we ain't doing that no more, so we ain't even going to talk about that. But
Mhm.
anyway, just going forward, I think this was a pretty quick topic and something to touch on because you know, just as a reminder to you guys watching that, you know, your mind is powerful and that what follows that are your words and your words are powerful as well, you know. So as a man thinketh, so is he. And then to follow that, I would say that life and death is in the power of the tongue. If you guys have anything to say towards this topic, feel free to put it in the comments, like, share, subscribe, and feel free to email us as well to let us know if you're liking our content. And it's late. Teddy's been working, so we're gonna jump off of here and see you guys next time.
Oh yeah, and give us some topics that you want us to talk
Mm-hmm.
about. We want to talk about what's on all of our minds.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, if we can't talk about it, maybe we can reach out and find somebody who can, and we can engage in conversation around that topic. So we look forward to talking to you guys again. And until then, this is an unadulterated you. And see you next time.